Hey guys, Sam from Aaron's Outdoor, and today I'm at a creek that I've only fished out once before, and that was 1 week ago today. When I fished it for the first time, I caught a decent little spotted bass right off the bat. That was about a pound, and then the rest of the day I caught one little trout and a bunch of sunfish. So today I'm going to try to target those bass specifically. I know there's one spotted bass in here. There's got to be a lot more, so I'm going to just try to fish the deeper holes, hopefully pull out some spotted bass, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to start off at the deepest hole I passed last time, which is right above me here, and then I'm just going to go downstream, which I actually did not fish. I did not catch a single fish out of this deep hole, but I think there's got to be some fish in there. So anyway, let's get fishing. There's a fish. There we go. That did not take too long. It's a little spotted bass. There we go. It's a fat one. It's a good little creek bass. There you go. That is the build of a little creek bass you want. Short and fat. It's not a very big fish, but I will certainly take it. As soon as I cast it in this hole, I think on my second cast, it a bunch of little hits. I think that might have been sunfish. But this is definitely a little bass. I've literally been fishing for 5 minutes. It's a really good sign. All right, I may do some underwater releases today, but I don't think I'm gonna do it on the first fish. Ooh, there he goes. There's a fish in the current over there. This is a bass? I think it's gotta be, yeah. Little spotted bass in the current. All right, man, so far I'm definitely glad I decided to target bass out here. That was in pretty shallow water in some, fairly strong current. But these spotted bass will, sometimes they really like to get in that current. All right, I'm gonna give this little guy an underwater release, and yeah, he's already ready to go. There's a fish. Ooh, this is a good one. This is definitely a better one. Best one of the day. This is where I caught the other one last time. I wonder if it could be the same fish. I mean, there's got to be more than one bass under there. Wow, yeah, he's a fighter, dude. These creek spotted bass, I mean, he is fighting. He was pulling drag. My drag's pretty tight. Gotta get him in here before I lose him. But man, that's a good fish. He is just so fat. He's a straight football. I don't think that's the same one I caught last time. I mean, look at that. That is a really fat fish. Not a bad one at all. I think I might weigh this fish. I'm interested to see if he's over a pound. I think he probably is because how big his belly is. He's probably about 13 inches. Let's see. Yeah, 1 pound 4 ounces. He's 1.25 pounds. It's a pretty dang good fish for a little tiny creek like this. All right, I'll give this guy an underwater release too. He's probably gonna kick off like crazy. Yep, there he goes. There's a fish. That's a pretty deep hole over there. This might not even be a bass. No, I think it's a sunfish. Probably a red breast. Ooh, what is that? No, that's a Cusa bass. I did not know this creek had Cusa bass. It's a red-eye Cusa bass. That's crazy, dude. I had no idea that this creek had Cusa bass. That is very exciting news. Man, it's awesome. I had no idea they were up here. But I mean, these red-eye Cusa bass they're in Tennessee, North Georgia, and I think that's pretty much it. Southern Tennessee and North Georgia is mainly where they're found, and Alabama. But that's a cool fish. Obviously they're beautiful little fish. They don't get very big, but it's a fun little fish to catch. And I'm so happy to find out that they live in this creek. But there's probably not too many of them in here because spotted bass are kind of somewhat of an invasive species. They'll take over other black bass species pretty easily. So I bet this creek is mainly just spotted bass, but that's so cool that there's got to be at least some of these guys in here. All right, I'll let this fish go. It's a beautiful little fish. Might be the smallest fish we've caught today, but definitely the most beautiful. So, ooh, there he goes. All right, y'all, well, that red-eye bass was the last fish I caught that day. But I'm back out here again. I'm actually at a different spot today, a different creek, but I'm doing the same thing. I'm going after some spotted bass. So I'm also starting off with a little craw today. I'm using the Strike King mini rage craw, just kind of to switch it up. It's pretty much the same thing as that little young craw poppy, but it's slightly bigger. Maybe it'll catch me a little bit bigger fish, but hopefully we'll be able to catch some more spotted bass.
Oh, a fish? I got one. There we go. Finally got a fish. That was a weird bite. He's not very big. But I'm using the Kitech swim bait now. Oh, come here, buddy. I'm gonna bring him over on this island. Hopefully he won't flop off. Okay, there we go. A little tiny spotted bass. I started off with that little Strike King Rage Craw, and then I got it stuck in a tree, and I was like, you know what, I might as well switch to a Kitech swim bait. So this is what I did. I got a little 3.5 inch easy shiner, and I caught a fish within probably like 10 or so minutes fishing with this. I've been out here for about 30 minutes now, but that's not, I mean, you know, it's a smaller one for this creek, but I'll definitely take it. Anyway, we'll let him go. There he goes. He's going the wrong way. It's a little shallow pool over there, but I guess he's gonna hide up there for a minute. That's a fish. Couldn't tell if that was a fish or a rock. It did not take very long. I'm assuming it's a spotted bass. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's a good spotted bass, definitely. Good fish, dude. Oh my gosh, it's a really good one. Okay, I gotta decide how I'm gonna land this fish. Oof. Gotta keep pressure on him. Yeah, it might be around 2 pounds. I can't totally tell. It's digging. I almost didn't hook set because I thought it was a rock. It's a good fish, dude. There we go. Okay, it's not 2 pounds, but it's pretty good. There we go. I have not been at this spot in this creek for very long. This is actually the same creek, I'm just way downstream. And there you go. He's got to be about 1.5 pounds. This is a good spotted bass. I thought I hit a rock over there. Like, a lot of times when you cast upstream and there's a lot of rocks, these little jig heads get lodged in between the rocks pretty easily. So I thought I was lodged in between the rocks, but no, it was a pretty good fish. All right, this fish is bleeding slightly on the lip. It'll probably be fine, but I'm just gonna try to weigh it really fast and then release it. I think it's about 1.5 pounds. 1 pound, 8 ounces. That's exactly 1.5 pounds. So just what I thought. Anyway, he was right in that strong current. That's a good fish. They fight so hard when they're in current like that. Oh wow, I can see him. He went all the way to the other side. I can still see him swimming off. There's the fish. Ooh, it's a red breast. The red breast was able to eat this thing. Well, the red breasts love to hit at it, but most of the time they just don't get the hook and they don't, you know, get caught or whatever. But, well, yeah, he was barely on there. Oh, well, there he goes. That was a bigger red breast, so that's why I was able to eat this thing. There's a fish. Felt him bite that. I can't tell how big he is. I don't think he's that big. Oh, yep, he's a smaller guy, but I will take him. Doing a little acrobatics right there for us. And yeah, oh wow. Oh my gosh, wait. I don't know if y'all can tell very well on camera, but that fin right there doesn't really look like a spotted bass. He looks a little different. I can't think of what type of bass this would be. I mean, it looks like a spotted bass, but it kind of looks like it might be a hybrid of some other black bass species. I'm not totally sure. Oh man, no. Dang it. I wanted to get a better picture of it. I guess I have it on my GoPro still. But I wanted to get a better picture of it because it kind of looked like it could be some other type of species. But it's probably a hybrid, and it's probably like mostly spotted bass, but still, that fish looked a little different to me. There's a fish right there. I was getting ready to walk up in there, and wow, that might be another good one. It's a decent one at least. Oh, okay, never mind. He's kind of small. Let's see what type of fish this is. Yeah, now this one just looks like a spotted bass. The last one definitely looked a little different to me. Yeah, this totally looks like a spotted bass. The other one was a tiny bit different. I'm not totally sure what it was. If one of y'all know what that other fish was, definitely make sure to leave a comment down below, but I don't know. I mean, maybe the spotted bass do have some colorations on this fin. All right, I'm gonna give this little tiny guy an underwater release. There he goes. There's a fish, another small one. Oh, he came off. Man, I thought I got a pretty decent hook set on him. It didn't seem too big, but there's probably another little bass. I mean, they're stacked up down here. There's a fish. There's another one. Dude, I cannot believe how many fish I've caught at this one little hole. There's so many fish down there. It's another smaller one. Definitely take him though. Oh, look, this is a shoal bass. This is a shoal bass. So this creek runs into a river right downstream that has shoal bass. So I thought there might be shoal bass in this creek. And looky there, there are. This is only the third shoal bass I've caught in my entire life. Well, they're pretty cool. It might be hard to tell on camera. This one doesn't have markings that are as prominent as some of them, but they have these vertical like bars, kind of like smallmouth. But yeah, that's a little shoal bass. All right, well, I'm gonna hurry up and release this fish. Someone commented on my first video when I went fishing for shoal bass that they can't live out of the water as long or something like that. So anyway, that one was obviously good to go. Well, I feel about 1,000 times better after taking those waders off. They get super hot in the summer, and it was like 90 degrees today, so I was just sweating like crazy inside those things. But I had a lot of fun. I caught, quite a few fish. The first hour at the upper section of this creek wasn't very good, just got one tiny little spotted bass. But then exploring this new section of the creek definitely paid off. I mean, that one little hole had 4 bass, or I caught 4 bass out of that one little hole, which is pretty good. Most of them were pretty small, but I did get that one that was like 1.5 pounds, which is definitely a pretty good one for that creek. And I caught all but one of my fish in this video on the Yum Crawl Poppy, which is pretty much my favorite lure for going for bass in creeks and rivers. So if you want to check it out, I'll have a link for it down below. But hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. But I'll catch y'all on that next video. Thanks for watching.